borderlessness in our education also. Trinity College is famous, its education research, and a big mission in front of them and many institutions. Through the terminologies like convergence and borderlessness have been of recent vintage. They have been embedded in the Indian environment. The first of the university in the world, which was established in 500 BC at Nalanda, had students from 91 countries, which is the icon of borderlessness. Ultimately, education in its real sense is the pursuit of the truth. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. Such a journey opens up new vistas of development of humanism, where is neither scope nor room for pettiness, disharmony, jealousy, hatred, or enmity. It transforms a human being into a wholesome whole, a noble soul, and asset to the universe. Universal brotherhood, in its true sense, becomes the sheet anchor for such education. Real education enhances the dignity of a human being and increases his or her self-respect. If only the real sense of education could be realized by each individual and carried forward in every field of human activity, the world will be a much better place to live in. Dear friends, during my entire professional career, I was associated with mission mode projects that cut across functional disciplines. Progressively, this experience led me, probably as a natural course, to the area of national vision formulation and implementation through integrated action on multiple facets of development. I also took interest in studying the pursuits of different countries in their strategic vision approaches. Whatever be the degree of development of the nation, whether they are different economically, politically, or geographically, there is one common theme among all the nations. That is the vision for the nation to give better quality of life to all their citizens and to ensure that citizens' aspiration to live in a prosperous, peaceful environment are fulfilled. There is also a common responsibility of the nations doing their part to sustain and protect the planet Earth for current and future generations. There is also need to ensure that even with the growing overall global population and dwindling resources, there is an equitable growth and the humanity is protected against shortages in resources like energy, water, through innovative technologies. It is in this context that vision of individual nations are important. Development of a nation is key to the development of a various regions in the world, which is crucial for peace and prosperity of the world as a whole. I was pursuing strategies for 2020 to achieve a better balance of social, economic, and physical development by more effective and integrated planning. I was happy to note some identified themes. Friends, with this background, let me now share with you a few thoughts. The vision elevates the nation with the example of India. What I am going to talk about India is true to many nations. Let me share with you my experience in the mid-1996 on formulation of Indian Vision 2020 strategies. I was given the task of chairing a technology, information, forecasting and assessment council IFAC. I recollect Then the first meeting of the council itself, we took a decision that TIFAC must evolve a plan how India can be transformed into an economically developed nation by the year 2020. When the suggestion was moved that everybody was wondering how we can solve such a long-term mission, how we can evolve such a long-term mission under then prevailing economic and social conditions of the nation. That was the time. Then the Prime Minister has just announced the economic liberalization and growth measure for Indian economy, and its impact had just started being felt. In spite of this, the TIFAC Council, with many young members, jumped into the idea, and we discussed for one full day on how we can translate the thought into action. At a time when the economy was growing at around 5 to 6% per annum in GDP, we had to envisage a growth rate of 10% per annum consistently for over 10 years for realizing the development of a vision of billion democratic people of multilingual and multi-religious and multicultural characteristics. This really ignited the minds of all of us in the council. We debated and arrived at 17 top states with over 500 members who had consultation with over 5,000 people in various sectors of the economy. The task teams worked for over 2 years, resulting in 25 reports, which we presented in then the Prime Minister of India on 2nd August 1996. Transforming India into a developed nation implies that every citizen of the country lives well above the poverty line. Their education and healthcare is of high standard, national security assured, and core competence in certain major areas enable production of quality goods competitively, including for exports, bringing all-round prosperity for the country, for the citizens. This event also led to the birth of a book, India 2020, a vision for the new millennium. Based on various inputs, the government announced the vision statement that India will become a developed nation by 2020. Such a statement is very rare, since every government is elected only for 5 years or 7 years, and thinking of over 20 years time frame by the parliament and the government is a fresh breeze. This movement had multiple actions, including presentation to the parliament members, as the President of India, state governors conferences, and suggesting plans of action towards state assemblies on mission for prosperity after detailed study on their present status, on the key development indices and time-bound targets, their core competence, the region-specific challenges, and the viable integrated missions. The media, both print and electronic, propagated the vision for prosperity to the whole state with the discussion and further suggestion through special articles and editorials for implementation. This augmented the tremendous amount of work being done by the people of the state, the legislature, the state government, and all the political parties. Further discussions were held in the local universities and the Chamber of Commerce and Industry so that they can propagate the mission for prosperity among the members and formulate their plans consistent with the development goals of the state. Similarly, the education institutions structure the courses in such a way that the capacity is built among the students to take up development missions. The central business institutions such as FICCI, CI, ASOCHAM enabled positive discussion on the vision. Also, I personally communicated